Hello students, good evening and welcome to Gradeup, India's #1 brand for ESE Gate and PSU. My dear friends, in this video we will discuss JK flip-flop. Right, this is one of the most important flip-flop because it is used to design what register and counter, and it will fulfill all the requirements that is required from what flip-flop. Okay my dear friends, तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं डिस्कशन अबाउट जेके फ्लिप फ्लॉप. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गिव मी द आइडिया दैट साउंड क्वालिटी, पिक्चर क्वालिटी, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन. देन वी विल कंटिन्यू आवर सेशन एंड दिस सेशन इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ व्हाट जेके फ्लिप फ्लॉप, what are the limitations of the SR flip flop, what are the limitations of the D flip flop, and then JK flip flop. Can we design the JK flip flop by using what SR flip flop, or can we design the JK flip flop by using the D flip flop? Yes, 1 minute. So it is a picture quality, sound quality, everything is fine my dear friends. So please inform me and then we will continue our session. And now this is about what JK flip flop gate 2022, and that is focused on what electrical and electronics branch. This session is important for both electrical and electronics. This session is also important for coming papers like HAL. This session is also important for what coming exams like ESE. Yes, okay, it is everything is fine, sound quality, picture quality, everything is fine. Okay, thanks dear, thanks. तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं विदाउट एनी डिले. तो फटाफट इसे एक बार लाइक कर लीजिए, शेयर कर लीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए चैनल को, अपने सोशल मीडिया ग्रुप में शेयर जरूर कीजिए ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट आकर इसे ज्वाइन कर सके. और आपको बता दूं दिस सेशन इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट. क्यों? आखिर क्योंकि सबसे ज़्यादा जब डिजिटल की बात आती है तो सबसे ज़्यादा जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं दैट इज़ फ्रॉम व्हाट सिक्वेंशियल सर्किट. और सिक्वेंशियल सर्किट विच आर द बेसिक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स ऑफ द सिक्वेंशियल सर्किट, दैट इज़ व्हाट latches and what flip flop. So now we are getting the idea about what each and every flip flop. So okay then, so this is my introduction. Myself Sanjay Rathi, and I have qualified engineering services exam 3 times through electronics and telecommunication branch, and I am having 19 years of teaching experience in the field of competitive exams like ESE Gate and PSU, and I have mentored more than 1 lakh students for these exams. So this is my qualification, and simply now according to my experience you have to get the command over this particular topic. तो चलिए बिना देर के स्टार्ट करते हैं. व्हाट इज द JK flip flop? नाउ व्हाट इज द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट फ्रॉम एनी फ्लिप फ्लॉप? यस, व्हाट आर द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर एनी फ्लिप फ्लॉप? तो देयर आर 4 मेन कंसर्न. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देयर शुड बी अ कंडीशन और इनपुट फॉर व्हाट नो चेंज. नो चेंज. No change means what? State will remain at the same point. If it is 0, the output is 0, then it will remain at 0. If it is 1, then it will remain at 1. That is called what? No change condition. No change condition means in every flip flop, this is like flip flop symbol for the flip flop. These are the outputs Q and what? Q bar. Then if suppose the Q is what? 1, then it should remain at 1. On the application of what? Clock pulse. Now the clock pulse will come, the Q will remain at 1. Second, if it is Q is at 0, it will remain at 0. Why it is required? Because we want to save 1 bit of information in flip flop. What is the capacity of flip flop? Flip flop can store 1 bit of information. तो साथ साथ में आप जवाब भी देते जाइएगा. What is the capacity of 1 flip flop? And second one, what is 1 nibble? Everyone please tell me, what is 1 nibble? 1 nibble is equivalent to, 1 nibble is equivalent to how many bits? And 1 byte is equivalent to how many bits? So 1 flip flop can store 1 bit of information. It may be 1 or it may be 0. So what are the requirement? Now I want to save the data, means if it is 1 it should remain 1, if it is 0 it should remain 0. There should be a input for that. Second condition, now I want to store what? 0. I want to reset the circuit. Then there will be an input for reset. Reset means Q becomes 0, Q bar become what? 1. There should be a some input so that reset is what? We can reset the circuit. Okay, there should be a some input. Yes, that is the right answer. 1 nibble is equivalent to 4 bit and 1 byte is equivalent to what? 8 bit of information. Yes, right. In a 1 byte there are 2 nibbles. In a 1 byte there are 2 nibbles. This is the simple explanation. If I want to store what? 4 bit of information, 4 flip-flops are required. If I want to store what? 8 bit of information, 8 flip-flops are required. But what should be the nature of flip-flop? So that is the concern. So first, in every flip-flop, there should be a condition for no change. Second, there should be an input for what? Reset. Reset means Q becomes 0, Q bar become 1 on the application of clock pulse. Third condition. What is the third? Third is what? Set. Set means what? Set means when we are giving the input, some inputs to the flip-flop, after application of clock pulse, the flip-flop will set. Flip-flop will set means Q become 1, Q bar become 0. Q become 1 and Q bar become 0. That is the requirement. Now everyone, please tell me, what is the fourth requirement? What is the fourth important requirement from the flip-flop? तो देखिए ये है basic questions from interview. First condition no change, second condition reset, third condition set, and fourth condition. What is the fourth? Fourth one is required from the flip-flop, and that is very important to design what? Counter circuit. That is very important to design the counter circuit, and that is what? Complement. That is what? Complement. So I want, this is the fourth condition is required, complement. What is the meaning of complement? Complement means if initially the Q is 0, then after giving the trigger, it will switch to what? 1. This is called complement. Toggle. Yes, that is Pooja Singh, you are right. That is called toggle. If it is 1, when we are giving the input on the application of clock pulse, it will switch to what? 0. 1 to 0, 0 to 1. This condition, this fourth one is very important to design counter circuit. Very simple. It is very important to design what? Counter circuit. Now there is a no change condition, reset, set, and what? Complement. Now my dear friends, what about the SR flip-flop? First of all, the limitation of the SR flip-flop, then we will go through what? JK flip-flop. What about the SR flip-flop? Set, reset, flip-flop. Q bar. Is everyone, please tell me, all 4 conditions are available in SR flip-flop? भाई साथ साथ में जवाब देते जाइएगा. This session is very important, and this is also important for what? GATE 2022 as well as HAL, that is the coming exams, as well as what? And that engineering services pre-exams. Just we are getting the command over that sequential circuit, and it is a very important part. These are the basic building blocks. Now in case of SR flip-flop, this is the clock. This is called clock. Now this is S, this is R, and this is what? What about the next state? When we are giving the clock, this is called positive edge triggered. It is 0 0. It will remain QT. No change. No change. No change is available here. Yes, no change is available here. Out of 4, 1 is available. Second, when we are giving the clock pulse, if the input is 0 1, it will become 0. That is called reset. Reset is also available here. Yes, second one. Third one. Third one, when we are giving the 1 0, it will become 1. This is called set. This is also available here. So 3 conditions are available. First, second, third. What about the fourth one? When we are giving the input 1 1, 1 1, this is the edge. When we are giving the input 1 1, in case of SR flip-flop, it is what? Not applicable. Not applicable. In a first lecture already I have mentioned why it is not applicable, because after that we are having no idea whether it is 1 or whether it is 0. Means toggle, complement is not available in SR flip-flop. That is the limitation of what SR flip-flop. That is the limitation of this word. This condition is not applicable in case of what SR flip-flop. Now, it is not practically, it is not applicable, yes, and that's why in place of SR flip-flop, we are using what? D flip-flop. D flip-flop. What is the D flip-flop? This is nothing but, this is the D flip-flop. SR, this is what? Clock. Now, what are the limitations of the D flip-flop? What are the limitations of what? D flip-flop. My dear friends, when we are giving the input, in a case of D flip-flop, only one input, that is the D. That is, we are giving the clock, this is the D. What about the S and R, and what about the output? We are giving the clock. If the D is 0, S is 0, R is 1, that is called reset, means it will become 0. This is called reset. If this is the clock, this is 1, it will become 1, it will become 0, that will become 1. That is called set. Set and reset. Out of four, only 2 conditions are available in case of D flip-flop. Out of 4, only 2 conditions are available. That is the limitations of what? D flip-flop. Okay. So on an application of clock pulse, that is called the positive edge triggered. When we are giving the input 0, the output will be 0 just after the next clock pulse. If we are giving the 1, after occurring the clock pulse, it will become 1, means it will become 1. That is equivalent to what? D. That is called next state. Means it is a transparent. Transparent flip-flop means output is exactly equal to what? Input. Is it clear? But can it satisfy all the 4 conditions? Yes, everyone, please tell me. No. It is not satisfied. Only 2 conditions, set and what? Reset. In fact, D flip-flop does not have no change condition. D flip-flop does not have what? Complement condition. Right? Complement condition. So 2 conditions. Now, so everything is clear up to this point. So what is the requirement from flip-flop? These are the requirements from the flip-flop. First, there should be a no change, reset, set and what? Complement. In case of SR flip-flop, this is the case, no change, reset, set is present but complement is not present. In a case of D flip-flop, reset is present, set is present, but these 2 conditions are not present. Now, one thing is here. What about the JK flip-flop? Okay. Who is the okay communication? Number of teachers, Rahul Sharma, but mainly Chandan sir and Chaitanya Reddy sir here, right? So Chandan sir भी आपको पूरा communication पढ़ाएंगे. What is your branch, Rahul? It require. What is your branch, right? Electrical or electronics? If you are from electronics, then okay. Electrical, then what about the role of the communication? It is just a basic subject for just like a basic electrical for electronics student. That is the communication for what? Electrical student. Sir, can we use a flip-flop as a switch? Means what? What you want to say? Yes. Just I will give you the idea about that. Okay. Then try to understand what about the JK flip-flop. This is the JK flip-flop. So first of all, characteristics table. Characteristics table. तो देखिए बहुत we are going through each and everything from basic to what for advanced level, from scratch to what a very advanced level. So join the session till the end of the video. Definitely you will get the number of ideas about what JK flip-flop. Okay. So first of all, when we are talking about the JK flip-flop, so what about the characteristics table? J and K, right? If it is 0, 0, what about the QT plus 1? That is called no change condition. No change condition means it will remain same. The first condition, no change. If it is 0, 1, reset. This is what? Reset. Third one, 1, 0. If it is called 1, 0, then it is what? 1. That is called set. And then 1, 1. 1, 1 means Q bar T. That is called toggle. All four conditions are available in case of what? JK flip-flop, right? Okay, so that is what, that is the JK flip-flop about that question. Okay, now my dear friends, this is a very simple concept about characteristics table. Now second thing about that, what is the second thing about that? What about the characteristics equation of this? The characteristics equation means simply when J, this is the K, that is the Q. So everyone please mention the characteristics equation for the JK flip-flop. If you have the idea about that, okay. If not, then please tell me. This is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. This is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. Now please tell me, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. Total 7 combinations in what? JK flip-flop. What about the next state? What about the next state? QT plus 1. This is called present state. This is called what? Present input. When we are giving the clock pulse, this is called clock pulse. And then what about the next state? So what about the next state? Hello Vikas, Rahul and everyone scale. अरे एक बार जरा लाइक कर दो, शेयर कर दो. देखो अभी तो चीज़ें आ रही हैं, जस्ट इसका धीरे धीरे लेवल बढ़ता चला जाएगा. दिस इज ऑल दिस सेशंस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, तो देखिए, when this is called characteristics table, this is also a characteristics table. From this we can find what? Characteristics equation of JK flip-flop. So this is no change, it will remain 0, it will 1. This is called reset, 0 0. This is called reset, 0 1 0 1. 1 0 means what? Set, 1 1. And 1 1 means what? Toggle. So 0 become 1, 1 become what? 0. That is called toggle. Okay. Simply make a K-map to solve this equation. When we are making the K-map, this is the K-map. This is a K-map. Right. Now, this is J bar J, K bar Q bar, K bar Q, K Q, K Q bar. 0 1 3 2 4 5 7 6. Now for which number it is 1? It is 1. Now it is what? 1 for 4. Now it is 1 for 5 and 6. 5 and what? 6. Make the pair and you will get the answer for this. This is the pair of 2 and this is pair. Now you have the idea about the K-map? Yes, everyone? Now my dear friend, this is 1 1. This is what? K bar Q, and this is what? J and K. That K bar cancel. Then what is the QT plus 1? J Q bar plus K bar Q. That is the answer for this question. What is the characteristics equation for this one? So this is the idea about that. This is the JK flip-flop. This is called characteristics table. That is called what? Characteristics equation. Now what about the excitation table? What about the excitation table, everyone? Now to understand the concept of what excitation table, first of all we will draw what? State diagram. State diagram. Right, and then from state diagram we can draw the state table, or that is what? That is called excitation table. Okay. Now what about the state diagram? Everyone please tell me. In every flip-flop there will be a 2 state. What is the 2 state from one flip-flop? 0 and 1. Then please tell me, if I am having the 2 flip-flop, then how many maximum states are possible? How many maximum states are possible by using the 2 flip-flop? Please tell me. If suppose I am having the 1 flip-flop, 2 states are possible. If I am having the 2 flip-flop, then how many states are possible? If I am having the 3 flip-flop, then how many states are possible? Everyone please tell me. How many states? State means just a position, right? So if I am having the 1 flip-flop only 2 is possible. 2 to the power n, that is what 2 is possible. If I am having the 2, then how many possible? 4 state is possible. 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. We can give the name 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1 1. 4 is possible. If I am having the 3, what is the maximum possible? Maximum possible is what? 8. Maximum possible is what? 8 total, that is what? State. Now we are using one JK flip-flop, and that's why there is only 2 state, that is called 0 and what? 1. Now everyone, please give me the answer for this question. I am having the 2 states, 0 and 1, because I am having only one flip-flop. Now in case of JK flip-flop, everyone give me the value. Yes Dinesh, your answer is correct. For 1 it is 2, 2 it is 4, then it is 6. Yes Vikas, your answer is also correct. Sirisa, your answer is also correct. Good one. Now always try to understand that the session should be what? Interactive. You have the command over that comments box, so please try to write the comments on that. Everyone, if it is interactive, then definitely we will provide you what? Extra knowledge, extra questions and so on. Okay, and the motivational lectures is also required. Motivation is also required in online classes because there is no eye contact. No eye contact. आप हमें देख पा रहे हैं लेकिन हम आपको नहीं देख पा रहे हैं. देख रहे हैं आप हमें नहीं देख पा रहे हैं. हम आपको क्या कर रहे हैं? आप कुछ भी नहीं है. तो प्लीज ट्राई टू कॉन्टेक्ट विद व्हाट? गिव द कमेंट्स ऑन द कमेंट्स बॉक्स. नाउ this is a 0 state, this is the 1 state. Everyone please tell me, I want to remain at 0. I want to remain at 0. What should be the value of j and k? Yes, I want to remain at 0 just after the next clock pulse. Means what should be the value of j and k? What should be the value of j and k? Yes, tell me. Now just I am changing the color here. What should be the value of j and k? Right now I want to remain at 1. If presently I am at 1, then after applying the clock pulse, that it will remain at what? 1. Oh, you are from my classroom. Good Vikas. Good one. How are you? तो कैसे चल रही है अभी आप लोगों की प्रिपरेशन एंड सो ऑन? तो if it is at 0, so what should be the value of j and k? Always remember 0 to 0 means no change condition. So what should be the value of j and k? That should be what? 0 0. 0 0 means what? No change condition. Second one, 0 1. When we are giving the 0 1 as an input, it will reset. Already it is at reset. Already it is 0. When we are giving the input 0 1, again it will remain at what? 0 1. So that is the condition. 0 1. So from this we can say the value of j should be 0 and the value of k doesn't matter whether it is 0 or 1, and that's why it is called 0 don't care. That's why it is called what? 0 don't care. Second, if it remain at 1, then what should be the value of j and k? It should remain at 1. Everyone try to give me the answer for this question. Yes, M Sirisa, it is answer 0 0 0 1. Now for second one, थोड़े से comments आपके delay हो रहे हैं. What's the reason? I don't know. Some delay is there. Okay, मैं आपके चैट पे अभी लगातार लगे रहता हूँ. Okay, एक ही ने आंसर दिया था. Now everyone try to give me the answer. The present state is 1. After giving the input and after applying the clock pulse, it should remain at 1. So what is the condition? Again no change. 0 0 0 0, and it is what? Set. That is what? 1 0. Both are possible. Both are possible. 0 0 as well as what? 1 0. 0 0 means what? No change condition. It will remain at 1. 1 0 means set. Oh, it is already set. Okay, no problem. I am giving the instruction set the flip-flop. It will set the flip-flop. 1 0. So what is again we are getting the value. It is j is what? J is switching from, this is a 0 0 and that is what? 1 0. So what is the value of that? ओके क्या ये बिल्कुल आपको लग रहा है कि j की वैल्यू क्या है? डोंट केयर, एंड दिस इज व्हाट? 0. डोंट केयर 0. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन. एवरीवन प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट इज द कंडीशन फ्रॉम 0 to 1. 0 to 1. And what is the condition from 1 to 0? Now my dear friend, in case of JK flip-flop, when we are moving from 0 to 1, how many conditions, how many inputs are applicable? The value of JK, when I want to from 0 to 1, means it is what? Set. It is what? Set. Set. What is the condition for set? 1, 0. Out of 4, one condition is set. That is what? 1, 0. Again at the same time, when I am moving from 0 to 1, it is complemented. Toggle. What is the condition for toggle? 1, 1. Both are applicable. 1, 1. It is also applicable. From 0 to 1, it is set. Means what? 1, 0. From 0 to 1, it is toggle. Means what? 1, 1. So means what about the value of J? J is always 1 and K, it may be 0, it may be 1. So it is 1, don't care. 1, don't care. Right? Now, finally from 1 to 0. Finally from 1 to 0. When we are moving from 1 to 0, 1 to 0 means what? Reset. Reset. What is the condition for reset? 0, 1. This is the value of J, this is the value of K. This is called reset. When we are moving from 1 to 0, that is called what? Toggle. So it is also a toggle. Toggle means what? 1, 1. Toggle means 1, 1. Both are applicable. So what is the value of J and what is the value of K? So J is don't care, K is what? 1. So this, what is the name of this diagram? The name of this diagram is called what? Name of this diagram is called state diagram. Oh, Vikas. Now I am the vice principal in a government IDI college, but always I am following you and watch. Okay, thanks dear, thanks. चलो अपनी लाइफ में बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो विकास. Now in ITI college you have to send a message, right? तो work on what? Skill development, each and everything. थोड़ा practical बनाओ. Focused on what? Practical knowledge of the students, and that is my just suggestion. Okay, तो अच्छी बात है यार, अच्छी अच्छी पोस्ट पर आप लोग जा रहे हैं तो उसको थोड़ा सा जस्टिफाई भी कीजिए साथ में. देन दिस इज द आंसर 0, 1 and what? 1, 1. J and K, x is equal to x what? 1. Now easy. What about the excitation table? Very simple excitation table. Just I am giving you what? Excitation table. Why excitation table is required? Everyone please tell me. What is the role of excitation table? To design a counter or to design a register, excitation table is required. So what is the excitation table? That is when we are using the Q, this is the Q bar, that is the J, and what will be the value of K. That is simple. I am having the Q and what? QT plus 1. Not, this is not the case. Oh, that is the problem. ये तो छुपा रुस्तम बाहर आ गया. यहाँ बनाते हैं टेबल. Yes, everyone. This is the Q, this is the QT plus 1. QT plus 1. What is the present state? And what should be the value of J and K? If it is 0, I want it should remain at 0. What should be the value of J and K? So from this 0, 0, no change, 0, don't care. What should be the input? 0, don't care. If it is 0, I want it should become 1. 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means set. 1, don't care. 1, don't care. If it is 1, present state is 1, next state should be equal to 0. Then what should be the value? 1 to 0. Don't care 1. Don't care 1. And what about the 1 to 1? 1 to 1. This is the 1 to what? 1. It should remain at what? Don't care 0. Don't care 0. This is called excitation table. At this time, we are having the idea about what? Present state. We are having the idea about what? Next state. I want to move from this state to this state, then I want what should be the value of input. What should be the value of input? So what is the difference between the characteristics table and excitation table? In a characteristics table, we have the idea about the input and what about the next. But in case of this, we are having the present, we want the next, what should be the input, and that is what should be the input. Okay, so now this is qt plus 1. Qt, we are using the t plus 1. T plus 1 means what? Next state. It is a sequential circuit. It is a sequential circuit. Now we are talking about what? Past, present, and what? Future. So what about the previous state? What about the present state? If suppose I am giving this type of input, what will be the next state? That is the, if I am giving the 8 hours daily, then what will be the next? We can crack the exam. Now, second question, I want to crack GATE exam, GATE 22 and 22. What should be the input? Now I am giving you the answer, 8 hours daily regular study. So that is the answer. So we are having the present, we are having the next. Now what should be the input? That is called excitation table. So my dear friend, this is a very simple logic, and you can revise this 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. That is the 4 combinations, 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. 0 1 don't care, 0 1 don't care, don't care. You can revise like this. Directly you can write 0 1 don't care, 0 1 don't care. And directly you can write the excitation table. Yes, we can set the input value for desired output. Definitely. That is the right answer for this question. Okay. So 0 1 don't care, 0 1 don't care. This is the table, excitation table. Next one. तो ये हुआ. What about the JK flip flop? This is the JK flip flop. First of all, characteristics table, characteristics equation, then state diagram, then what? Excitation table for this one. Okay. Now my dear friend, can we design only toggle flip flop? Yes. Yes, there is a flip flop that is called what? T flip flop. What is the T flip flop? In case of T flip flop, simply we are using only one thing, that is what? Toggle. One thing, that is what? Toggle, and what? No change condition. This is the flip flop J, and that is what? K, that is we are using the clock pulse. And when we are connecting these two, this is the T. Then this flip flop is called toggle flip flop or T flip flop. T flip flop means when we are giving the T, what should be the value of J and K, and then what should be the next state. If the T is 0, both are 0 0, no change condition. No change means if it is 0, it remain at 0, 1, it remain at 1. If I am giving 1, it will become 1 1, and again it is what? Toggle. Toggle means what? Q bar T. Toggle means simply Q bar T. It means it has only two states. One is what? No change state. One is what? Called toggle. Now this flip flop, this T flip flop is a important one to design what? Counter. Because in a counter only there are two things. One is what? No change, or one is what? Complement. One is no change condition and one is what? Complement condition. Only two conditions are here in case of what? Counter. So normally we are designing the counter by using what? T flip flop. No doubt we can design the counter by using what? D flip flop, or what? By using JK flip flop, or by using what? T flip flop. But when we are using what? T flip flop and JK flip flop, then extra components, extra hardware requirement is what? Low. Okay, so that is the condition. Okay, next one. Now my dear friend, what about the characteristics equation of T flip flop? Very simple characteristics equation. If this is the Q, this is the T, then what about the next state? 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. 0 0 no change, 0 no change, right? Toggle, because it is the input, present input, next it will become toggle because T is 1. If it is toggle, this is the output. If T is 0, no change. If this is 1, there is a toggle. This is called toggle. No change. Now this is nothing but what? XOR gate. That is nothing but output of what? XOR. So we can directly write what is the QT plus 1. This is nothing but T bar Q plus what? TQ bar. And that is nothing but T complement with this toggle. This is a simple idea about what? XOR gate. Yes. So this is called characteristics equation of what? T flip-flop. This is the T flip-flop. So this is about the toggle flip-flop. Now, what about the basic questions for this? Simply they can ask one question. Convert a D flip-flop into T flip-flop. Is it possible? Convert a D flip-flop into T flip-flop. Is it possible? Yes or no? Everyone. So this is about the T flip-flop. It is a toggle flip-flop. It is a special case of what? JK flip-flop, where both are tie-up and one input only. We are giving the one input, and that is, there is only two condition, no change condition, and what? Complement condition in this. Now everyone, can we convert a D flip-flop into what? T flip-flop? Is it possible or not? D flip-flop. I am having one D flip-flop. Right? This is a D flip-flop. It is available to me. This is the clock pulse. This is Q, this is Q bar. Right, everyone? Is it possible to convert? Design T flip-flop. This is the FF for flip-flop by using D flip-flop. By using D flip-flop. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. Now, my dear friend, always remember D, we are using the D as an input, and in case of D, the what is the next state? Qt plus 1 is called D. Qt plus 1 is called what? D. This is a simple concept. Qt plus 1 is called what? D. Right? Because it is a transparent flip-flop. When we are giving the clock pulse, if the D is 0, next state will be 0. If it is 1, the next state will be 1. At the same time, in case of T flip-flop, what is the Qt plus 1? The Qt plus 1 is nothing but T exclusive or with what? Q. That is nothing but T bar Q plus T Q bar. Already we have mentioned that is called next state. Now, please equate these two equations. Equate these two equations and you will get the idea. You will get the idea. What about the 1 minute? Give me 1 minute. This is the answer. Qt plus 1. This is for T flip-flop. T flip-flop. This is for D flip-flop. When we are equating, we are getting the D. If the D is equal to what? T exclusive or with Q, then it is converted into a T flip-flop. Then it will convert into what? T flip-flop. Toggle flip-flop. Means simply use this circuit. Okay. Now here we have to use what? One exclusive OR gate. This is the D flip-flop. It is available to me. That is the clock pulse, and that is the Q, and that is what? Q bar. Right? Now this is, here we are giving what? T, and here we are connecting the feedback. This is connected here. What is the input? That is the T Q exclusive OR. This is the input. Right? And here we are giving what? T. Here we are giving T. Now what is the value of D from this? We are getting the D is equal to T exclusive OR with what? Q. Now we are using one box here. This is the inbox it. Now at the output it is visible, that is the Q, it is visible, that is the Q bar, and only one input is visible to us outside the box, that is what? T, and that complete flip-flop is called what? T flip-flop. Okay, so this is about the T flip-flop. Up to this point everything is clear, my dear friends. Now in a competitive exams, in a particular exams, first of all it is a basic idea about what? T flip-flop. So JK flip-flop, T flip-flop, what are the special things about the T flip-flop and so on. तो ये हो गया आपका points, और the beauty of the JK flip-flop is what? It has all the four conditions, for this. Now my dear friend, in a flip-flop there are two pins, reset pin and preset pin. What is the use of reset pin and preset pin? That is a very important concept about that. Reset pin and what? Preset pin. Yes everyone, please tell me, what is the use of reset and preset? In every flip-flop, whether it is a JK, T, D flip-flop, we are using one pin. Here normally it is reset, right? Or sometimes this is also available, that is called preset. When it is a bar is written here, it is means active low. Active low, right? Reset or what? Preset. Now when we are giving the input to what? Reset pin, for example reset pin, if suppose we are giving the 0 or we are giving the trigger, always remember if there is a bubble, then it is called active low. Active low means when we are giving the trigger like this is called active low trigger. Active low trigger, it is initially it is high, now we are giving the low, again it will become high. When we are getting the trigger like this, the flip-flop will what? Reset, means Q becomes 0. Q become 0. Q, that is what? Q bar. So after reset pin, Q becomes 0, Q bar will become 1. Similarly, in some flip-flop there is a preset pin. Preset pin. Q become 1, Q bar become 0. Okay, so preset means set, reset means what? Reset. Set to reset to initial state. No, it is not reset to initial state. Simply it is what? Reset the Q. That is the Q becomes 0 and Q bar will become 1. If there is a preset, in some flip-flop preset is given, some flip-flop reset is given. It depends upon the counter, whether it is a up counter or what? Down counter, or according to the requirement. Now my dear friend Arpan Chaudhary and everyone, please give me the answer. Normally what about this pin? Reset or preset? They are synchronous or asynchronous? Everyone, normally they are. Normally this pin are synchronous or asynchronous. That is a very important concept, synchronous or asynchronous. Yes, everyone, please tell me. Right? Now, here this topic is what? Very important, because when we are understanding the concept of what? Reset and what? Preset. When we are understanding the concept of reset and preset, synchronous and asynchronous, then we can understand the concept of what? Setup time, hold time, right? And these all times and so on. Clock is there. No, my dear friend. What is the meaning of synchronous and asynchronous? Just I am giving the answer for this question. Again, Dinesh is giving me the answer synchronous. Arpan Chaudhary is giving me the answer synchronous. My dear friends, number of students are attending the class. Please give me the answer. Whether it is a synchronous or asynchronous. Just I will give you the explanation for this question, because this is the most important thing about that diagram. Okay. Okay everyone, here thoda sa bhag lo, please participate in the quiz. There should be a two-way communication. Two-way communication. Give your vote, whether it is a synchronous or asynchronous, or both possible. Right? Normally I am using the word normally, and then I will give you the idea. Okay then, try to understand. What is the meaning of synchronous and asynchronous? For example, I am having the two flip-flop. This is the flip-flop. Try to understand the concept, you will get the idea about that. I am having the two flip-flop. Right? This is the J, K, J and K. Right? This is the clock pulse. This is the clock pulse. This is connected here. Right? Now this is the clock. Okay everyone, this is the Q. This is the Q0, Q1. This is the Q1 bar. This is the Q0 bar. Okay, my dear friend, try to understand. Initially, initially try to understand, then you will get the idea about what synchronous and asynchronous. It is a very important concept, what is the synchronous and what is the asynchronous, right? Initially this is what 1, let it is 0. Initially the value of the q1 is 0 and what is the q0? It is what? Let it is 1. This is the initial condition. Okay. Now what about the input? For example, just I am giving you the example for this question. The input to this flip-flop is 0, 0, right? And input to this flop is 1, 1. Now please tell me what will be the output? Yes, everyone, please tell me what is the output? The input to this flip-flop is 0, 0, that is the q0. What will be the next value of q0 and what will be the next value of q1? So what is the q1 and q0? Next one. Now it depends upon the clock pulse. No doubt we are setting the input. This is the inputs 0, 0, 1, 1. But if there is no clock pulse, 0 clock pulse, nothing is available, nothing will happen. And this is called what? No change state. If there is no clock, no change state. Input will not work. These inputs will not work without clock pulse. Okay? No. Without input, without clock pulse, it will remain in what? No change state. If there is a no clock pulse or no clock edge, then it will remain at what? 0, 1. Remain at 0, 1. Now second thing, my dear friends, if I am just giving you the answer, if I am giving the clock pulse, that is called positive edge triggered, because there is no bubble, it is a positive edge trigger. This is the pulse. Now this is the pulse, positive edge triggered. When this edge occur, now it will be enable. When it is enable, try to understand. When it is enable, it will take the input. When it will take the input, according to the input, it will give the response. So if this is the present state 0, 1, then what about the next state? Then for this flip-flop, J and K is what? 1, 1. 1, 1 means what? Toggle. So just after clock pulse, it will become 1. What is the input for this? 0, 0. No change. This is 1. This is called synchronous. This is called what? Synchronous. They will not work without clock pulse. When we are giving the clock pulse, this is the clock pulse. Already input is set here 0, 0 and 1, 1. Now when I am giving the clock pulse, it will take the input and according to the input, it will change the output. And my dear friends, always remember, just before the clock pulse, we have to set the input. These inputs should be stable, 0, 0 and what? 1, 1. This input should be stable before occurring the clock pulse, right? And when clock pulse occurs, output will change according to this. So this is called what? This is called synchronous. Now my dear friend, try to understand. Just not, no, I am not talking about the rest around condition. Rest around condition means with what? If it is a level triggered, then it is what? Rest around condition. But it is a edge triggered. It is what? Edge triggered. Okay. Second one, now here reset is here 0, here 0. Please everyone, please tell me. Before occurring the clock pulse, this is the clock pulse. It is a positive edge triggered here. This clock pulse will occur at this time. Now I am giving here reset pin. Reset. This is called reset pin. Reset is going downward. This is the reset. What will happen? Everyone please tell me. It will wait for clock pulse or it will simply reset the flip-flop. When I am giving the clock pulse, try to understand. When I am giving the clock pulse, right? Sorry, when I am giving the reset signal, it will not wait for clock pulse. It will not wait for next clock pulse. Simply it will reset the flip-flop without any clock pulse. Simply it will reset the flip-flop. Means if it is initially 0 1, when I am giving the reset pin, directly it will become 0 0. Directly it will become 0 0, and that is called what? Asynchronous reset. Asynchronous means it is not synchronized with the clock pulse. It is not synchronized with the clock pulse. It is just simply when we are giving the reset, it will simply reset the system. Simply reset the system without waiting for what? Clock pulse, next clock pulse. Is it clear? So my dear friend, normally it is what? Asynchronous. Normally it is asynchronous, but in a particular question they will mention what? They will mention whether it is a synchronous or not. Otherwise by default it is always asynchronous. Okay, तो ये आपको हमेशा टेबल में दिखाई देगा. In every table this is the case. Just from the table we can understand the concept. These are the pins. Yes, everyone, try to understand the concept. It is a reset pin. If reset is 0, what about the clock? What about the J and K? What about the QT plus 1? Next state. If reset is 0, it doesn't matter whether the clock occur or not occur. Don't care, don't care, don't care. It will directly, it will make it what? Next state will become what? 0. It is not waiting for the next state. Just the Q will become what? 0. At the same instant, the Q will become what? 0. This is called simply reset the system. Now, 1. If it is 1, then it is inactive because it is an active low signal. If there is no clock pulse, 0 clock pulse, don't care, no change condition. Always remember, if in case of flip-flop, if there is no clock pulse, the output will remain constant. If we are giving the supply voltage, supply is no doubt present, but there is no clock pulse, then it is called no change state. No change state. This is 1 and this is a positive edge triggered. If it is 0 0, again it is a no change state. If it is 1, we are giving this 0 1, it is called what? Reset. Reset means it will become 0. It is 1, we are giving 1 0, it is set. It is 1, it is 0 1 1, this is called what? Toggle. My dear friend, from this table it is clear that reset has highest priority. Reset. Once reset occurs, then clock will not work, JK will not work. Simply it will make Q is equal to what? 0. Without waiting for next clock pulse. Directly it will make it 0. That is called asynchronous. Okay? Is it clear to you, my dear friends? Now in this table, please tell me whether it is a synchronous or asynchronous. Synchronous or asynchronous? This is the table. That is the clock, right? Clock is 0, reset. Don't care. JK, don't care, don't care. What about the next state? No change. Right? Clock is here. If it is 0, don't care, don't care. It will become 0. Clock is here. It is 1. It is 0 0. No change. This is the clock. This is the 1 0 1. It will become 0. This is the clock. It is 1 1 0. It is 1. It is a clock 1. It is 1 1. It is toggle. Now from this table, please tell me what about the set? What about the reset pin? What about the reset pin? It is a synchronous or asynchronous from this table. In this table, the highest priority is of what? Reset. It doesn't matter what is the clock. Occurs or not occur, it will reset the circuit. But in this case, if there is a no clock pulse, means reset will not work. It is don't care. Means if I want to reset the signal or I want to reset the flip-flop, first of all, make the reset pin 0, make this reset pin 0 and give the clock pulse. Now it will wait for what? Clock pulse. Now it will wait for what? Clock pulse. No doubt we are giving the reset 0, but it will wait for what? Clock pulse. Once clock pulse occurs, then after that the flip-flop will reset. That is called what? Synchronous. Synchronous. It is synchronized with what? Clock pulse. Just it is synchronized with what? Clock pulse. It is just like a 100-meter race. Every player is ready, but we are waiting for what? Signal. धाएं, तभी भागना है भाई. So that is called what? Synchronous. Is it clear? तो ये है synchronous and what? asynchronous के बीच का difference. Okay then. तो hope so ये आपको पूरी बातें आपको समझ में आई होंगी about that. Because why it is required, my dear friends? Why it is required reset and what? Preset. In case of up counter and what? Down counter. In case of up counter and what? Down counter, always remember when we are talking about what? This counter. Just I will provide you the systematic notes about that and so on. This is a 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. This is the simple counting. Simple counting. This is called up counter. This is called what? Up counter. No. Now when we want to start the counting from initial state, then we want to reset each and every flip-flop. That is from what? 0 0 0. The clock signal is same as a clock pulse. Clock signal, yes, we can say, right? Clock signal means what? This is the clock signal. Normally it is a square wave. Clock pulse or clock, this is the square wave. This is called positive age of the clock pulse. If the flip-flop is what? Edge trigger, there will be no problem of rest around condition. If it is a level trigger, there will be a problem of what? Rest around condition. Okay? So that is the case. Now, this is a simple counting. When we are watching this counting, that is 0 to 1, toggle, 1 to 0, toggle, 0 to 1, toggle, 1 to 0, toggle, and so on. In every clock pulse, it will toggle. In every clock pulse, it will toggle. That is a simple why we are using the T flip-flop. Right here, it is remain same. When it is 1, it will toggle. 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 Because after 1, 1, 1, again 0, 0, 0. So what about the first LSB? It will toggle with each clock pulse. What about this one? It is toggle with what? When it is 1. What about this one? MSB, it is toggled when this two, both are what? 1. Or we can say, right? Yes, try to understand. These both 1, 1. Right? When it is both 1, 1, it will from 0 to 1. If it is both 1, 1, it will toggle from 1 to what? 0. And that is called what? Observation. That is called what? Observation of the counting. According to the observation, we are designing the circuit. Yes, we can use what? JK flip-flop, or we can use what? T flip-flop. This will toggle for every clock pulse. This will toggle when the previous one is what? 1. This is the 1, it will toggle with the clock pulse. 1, it will toggle with the clock pulse. And the MSB will toggle when both the previous output, previous flip-flop is what? 1, 1. This is the 1, 1, this is the 1, 1. So that is called just the observation of what? Counting. So hope so. This is just information about what JK flip-flop. It is a most important flip-flop. Please watch the video again and again and you will get some idea about that. In the next class, I will give you the idea about what? Counter. How to design the synchronous counter. How to design what? Asynchronous counter. Yes. Right. Now, at the last time, every will change from 1 to 0, 1 to 0 and what? 1 to 0. That is the requirement of this flip-flop. We can design all this counter with what? All this counter by using flip-flop. First thing, there are two types of counter. One is called synchronous counter, one is called asynchronous counter. Asynchronous counter is also called what? A ripple counter. Asynchronous counter is what? Ripple counter. So in the next class, I will give you the idea about each and everything. And always remember, what is a counter? Counter is just a register. Yes, register and what? Counter. Register is a group of flip-flops. It can store the bits of information, that is the right. It may be a 1 byte, it may be a 1 nibble, it may be of 2 byte, it may be a 3 byte and so on. So register is used to store the information. It consists of number of flip-flop. N bit register means what? It has n flip-flops. What about the counter? Counter is also a register which follow the pre-described or predefined sequence. ओके देन, तो चलिए नेक्स्ट उसमें बात करेंगे. ये देखिए पूरी ट्रुथ टेबल अवेलेबल है आपके पास बहुत ही स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट में. दिस इज अबाउट द जेके फ्लिप फ्लॉप. This is the excitation table. You can take the screenshot of all this. New students, you can take a screenshot of all these things, right? So take a digital is a very easy subject, but sometimes we are getting very conceptual questions from digital. Remember two things: combinational circuit and sequential circuit are the most important one from the digital circuit. And then excitation table. So remind is 0 1 don't care 0 1 don't care. This is called excitation table. Now in the next class I will give you the idea about number of questions from this topic. Okay then, thank you for attending the session. तो ये आप इसे बना सकते हैं. This is X and Y. This is the D flip flop. Which type of flip flop? Is it a D? It is a, simply you can watch this. This is the Q and this is what? X and Y. And give me the answer. What about the flip flop? Which type of flip flop this is? Right? तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि हमने क्या बनाया है. क्या ये JK फ्लिप फ्लॉप है कि या ये T फ्लिप फ्लॉप है कि क्या. लेकिन देखिए एक बात हमेशा ध्यान रखिए. It is a X and Y. It is what? X and Y. What is the characteristics table of the JK flip flop? Everyone please tell me. The characteristics table of JK flip flop is J Q bar plus K bar Q. And what is the characteristics equation for what D flip flop? That is the D. Yes, kya we are getting the D like this. If we are getting the D like this, this is what? This is, try to understand. X, we are getting X bar Q. Here we are getting Y. This is the Q bar. Y Q bar. Means this is Y Q bar plus what? Y Q bar plus X bar Q. It means it is nothing but JK flip flop. It is nothing but JK flip flop with X is equal to what? K and J is equal to what? Y. J is equal to. But directly by using the characteristics equation you can get the answer. Right everyone? Here it is a Q. Here it is a X. This is bubble is here, X bar Q. Here it is a Y Q bar. Then this is the input to the D. So QT plus 1 is equal to J Q bar plus K bar Q, and QT plus 1 is equal to D. Compare these two, you will get the J is equal to Y and K is equal to what? X. Okay. So this is a nothing but JK flip flop by using D flip flop. Yes, we can design. Yes, we can design the JK flip flop by using D flip flop, but in an objective they will ask question like this. In objective there is a, because in an objective they can't ask you to design the circuit. Simply they will give you the circuit and some options 1 2 3 4. Now which options are or which option is correct? If it is MSQ, multiple selection question, then multiple answer may be correct. If it is a MCQ, only one answer is correct. Okay then my dear friends, this is all about the today's session. This is all about the JK flip flop. Okay, get the command over this topic everyone. And then these are the faculty members on a Gradeup. Highly qualified, highly experienced faculty member Ankit sir, Rakesh sir, myself Sanjay Rathi, MN sir, Chandan sir and what? Chaitanya Reddy sir. तो आप उनके एक्सपीरियंस में जा सकते हैं. बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है, सभी ने एग्जाम्स क्वालिफाई किया हुआ है, काफ़ी लंबे समय से आप पढ़ा रहे हैं यहाँ पर. और ये है रैंकर्स गेट 2021. कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन टू एवरीवन. ये तो जस्ट वो हैं जिन्होंने अंडर 10 रैंक लाई है. नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स 2 डिजिट में रैंक लेकर आए हैं, 3 डिजिट में रैंक लेकर आए हैं. और अब उन पर बात चल रही है कि पोस्ट गेट कहाँ उनको लेना चाहिए, क्या एडमिशन लेना चाहिए, किस किस एग्ज़ाम की तैयारी करना चाहिए. अगर आपका भी सिलेक्शन हो गया है तो अच्छी बात, और अगर आपके नंबर्स कम भी आ रहे हैं या अच्छे भी आ रहे हैं तो आने वाले एग्जाम है HAL, जिसका मैराथन सेशन चल रहा है फ्रॉम 7 to 10 PM ऑन आवर फेवरेट यूट्यूब चैनल दैट इज ग्रेडअप EC and E इम्पल्स. तो आप भी वहाँ आइए और सेशन ज्वाइन कीजिए. टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन कर लीजिए जिसका लिंक नीचे दिया हुआ है. Gradeup Super means in a one subscription, unlimited access to all the courses. This is download the Gradeup app, follow me, and number of sessions on what network and number of sessions on what analog. तो देखिए Gradeup है तो सिस्टमैटिक प्रिपरेशन होगी, राइट, क्योंकि हमें मालूम है सही प्रेप है तो ही लाइफ सेट है. थैंक यू.
दो ऑप्शंस है, सिर्फ प्रेप करो या ग्रेडअप के साथ सही प्रेप करो. ये है मिस्टर पीएचडी, कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की स्टडी मटेरियल हंट करने में पीएचडी.
अपने एग्जाम की तैयारी के लिए 29 वेबसाइट से 20,000 पेजेस का स्टडी मटेरियल पीडीएफ में डाउनलोड किया है, प्रैक्टिस पेपर्स भी.
इतनी पीएचडी के बाद एग्जाम क्लियर होगा?
पता नहीं.
तो सही प्रेप करना है यार, बेस्ट स्टडी मटेरियल और प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट के लिए ग्रेडअप है ना.
ग्रेडअप के साथ सही प्रेप है
तो लाइफ सेट है.
Download now.